Man can't discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. One of Carl Jung's most well-known students, Marie-Louise von Franz, predicted a pretty serious psychological crisis back in the mid-20th century. She said that, in the coming decades, modern societies would be full of adults who may look grown up on the outside. But inside, in the way they think and act, they're still, basically kids. And, guess what? That prediction totally came true. These days, in lots of societies, you'll see young men in their 30s, even 40s, still living with their parents. Still avoiding real adulthood. Instead of taking on responsibility, instead of building a life of their own, a lot of them escape into the online world. Porn. The internet. Video games, they seem like aimless wanderers. Always chasing tiny moments of happiness, just to numb their inner pain. Carl Jung actually had a name for this. He called it, puer aeternus, the eternal child. In this video, we're gonna look at how this kind of immature personality even develops. Who's to blame for it? And how can you tell if someone isn't truly psychologically grown up? And yeah, we'll also go over some practical solutions. Our sources? Jung's book Man and His Symbols. And von Franz's The Eternal Youth. So, how does someone even become an immature adult? Historically speaking, mothers have always been closer to their kids than fathers, physically and emotionally. I mean, unlike animals whose babies can walk right after birth. Human infants. They're totally dependent on the mother for the first year. For the child, the mother is just everything. Love, protection, warmth, food. The whole package. But as the child gets older, they have to realize something. I'm a separate person. Separate from mom. And for boys? That step's often even harder. 'Cause they've gotta leave the female world eventually to find their male identity. In traditional cultures, there were rites of passage, guided by cultural fathers, to help boys enter adulthood properly. Sometimes, it was intense. In the middle of the night, the boys pulled from bed, taken to a dark cave, and symbolically buried, leaving childhood behind. That ritual? It marked the death of the carefree child, and the start of responsibility. But today? Yeah, not so much. These kinds of traditions are mostly gone, and now, it's usually the father's job to help guide the boy into manhood. The problem? That father's often just not there. Physically or emotionally. When the dad's absent, a kind of emotional vacuum opens up in the mother. And what happens then? She tries to fill that void. Not with a partner, but with her son. That's what Jung called the overpowering mother. A mom who smothers her kid with care, controls him constantly, and even without realizing it, keeps him dependent. And the child? Honestly, he often likes it. Why? 'Cause the outside world is tough. It's unpredictable. And nobody really wants all that stress, right? Jung said it's like returning to a psychological womb. A place that's warm, safe, familiar, where someone else takes care of everything. Sounds kinda nice, doesn't it? But von Franz warned. If a kid stays in that comfort zone too long, they miss the chance to become independent. And the result? An adult who can't deal with real challenges. If a child stays stuck in the role of the good boy, he grows into a man who's passive, unmotivated, even depressed. Still needing care, even as an adult. Constant care. At 40, he's in bed with a cold, waiting for mom to bring chicken soup. And what if he falls into the role of the rebellious kid? He gets defiant, aggressive, and rejects everything. Von Franz recommends parents to gradually give kids responsibility. They should be allowed to make mistakes, Because that's exactly how they learn. So, how do you spot this eternal boy? First, he's a dreamer. Thinks he'll get rich or successful without any effort. But can't solve problems or plan realistically. Second, he doesn't want anyone to rely on him. The moment you need help, he's gone. He ignores problems and hopes everything will sort itself out. Third, he has zero financial responsibility. As soon as he has money, he spends it. Changes jobs all the time. Always a new excuse why it's not working. Fourth, he's unreliable. Just like you don't expect a kid to be punctual or keep promises, you can't really expect that from him either. And the solution? Two groups here. First, parents. Psychologist Jean Piaget said, "Teach your kids philosophy and math. It trains logical thinking and helps them take responsibility early. And above all, let your kids interact with the real world. Especially boys need fathers who show them how to live, work, and handle failure." Second, adults who see themselves in this. Jung recommends two things. Face the challenges of everyday life. Work. Be active in life and become part of groups or communities. But, be careful. Don't lose your individuality in the process. Nietzsche put it well, "When I'm in the crowd, I live like them. Think like them. But at some point, I feel how they steal my soul. Then I need solitude to find myself again." Finally, these people need help, not judgment. Just like someone with a toothache needs a dentist. An immature adult needs psychological support to finally grow inside. Do you know someone like this? Or maybe you've noticed this pattern in yourself? What helped you? Let us know, we're looking forward to your comments.